Hey guys, welcome back to another video. I've been going through some things lately, and like I said, it's a continuous process in life. There's not a point where you figured where you should believe you figured everything out and then you're good from here, because there's always more to learn. There's always something more to learn every single day, and I feel like I am on a fast track of learning and healing. Like, there's not really enough space in between one lesson before I get to the other. But then I also understand why it's so fast for me, because I asked God for this. I told him, prepare me as fast as possible so that I can become the person I need to be for myself and for my family members and all that. So it's like, it almost feels like what was supposed to take years for me to learn, he's like distilled it into like a 6-month crash course. That's the way I feel. But there's a thing about people projecting fantasies upon me. It's like judging a book by its cover, but it's really like putting your own cover on the pages of a book and expecting the writing of that book to correspond with the cover that you put on it. Never mind the cover it came with. It's like you put this cover on this person and you expect the person to somehow play the role that you have imagined in your head. So it's like a double-edged sword, because now when I meet somebody, I'm trying to calculate who this person sees me as, and then try to perform the role that that person sees me as. And I know that I'm not responsible for the image that people have in their head, but it just always feels like I'm disappointing, in one way or the other, disappointing people. Even if they are strangers, that's how much I care. It's like, oh, did I not get the role right? And it's sickening, it's crazy. But it's also like part obsessive, so it's also something I need to like shed and do away with. But you know what the funny thing is? The reality is I've met people who love me for me, who simply of doing me, some of them became my close friends and still are. But it's like, it's the ones that get away that we can't let go of, the ones that don't stay. And then, sometimes you start to base your entire worth off your ability to keep these people that probably weren't meant to stay in the first place. I need to get a haircut. I think it's a theme now at this point where I just look crusty on this channel. I don't know, man. I really don't know. It's like why do I have to conform to your role? Why can't I just be like, to hell with it? The ones who go, the ones who stay, the ones. But then that's also a trap, because that could easily fall into passivity. You could end up just letting life happen to you without taking any form of agency for anything, right? I also think another problem I have is, because I'm growing so fast, because I'm changing so quickly, like who I am even a week ago is not who I am today. That's how fast like I'm uncovering myself and learning about myself. It's also me trying to redo past events, like redo past relationships where I didn't know better. It's like, give me a do-over, give me a round two. But what I'm refusing to understand, or I know this thing up here, but Through my actions, I've refused to comprehend the fact that there are no round twos. There's only a round one, and that's all you get. Every moment is simply a gift, and you take it or you don't, but it's gone. You know, you let it go, it's gone. And some moments I let go without ever capitalizing on it. You know, my problem is mostly relationships, because for the most part, in job opportunities and the things I'm supposed to do, I get them done. Like that, in that aspect of my life, I know I'm on top of the situation, at least actively. Like I do my best in every given situation to further the career I want to further, to do the things I want to do, to put myself in the places that I have seen in my head. But in relationships, it's a whole different matter, man. It's like, at first I was naive. I didn't see all of these things that were playing out. And then I wasn't naive, you know. But then even though I wasn't naive, I wasn't really seeing. And then I started really seeing. And you know, all this growth and all that. And I'm like, okay, I'm trying to reopen those doors that had to close for me to realize the issue. You know, I wouldn't be who I am today if not for the fact that those things were a thing. You know, they were for me. They helped me, even though the experience was negative. It was for me. You know, so I'm trying to reopen those doors and rewrite the ending. That's the problem. But I can't reopen those doors, and so it feels like forcing shit. And then forcing shit just starts to make me feel crazy. I feel like I lack control over my life, relationship wise, anyway. You know? Because you're so caught up trying to fix what's already done, you let the ones that are happening right now pass you by. You know? And it's just like, it just keeps going. Because you're always looking back. You're not taking in the surrounding of what is right now. And I think that's the fundamental nature of it all. The ability to actually let go. To just truly let go. Everybody says we're letting go. No, we might let go in the physical realm, but emotionally, you know, psychologically, we're still tied to these events. We're still ruminating over these events. And I know it's not our fault for those of us who are like that. You know, sometimes we can't control it. It's like it's subconscious and unconsciously playing out. I think the point of it all is to let go, man. In life, everything. A lot of us are so caught up with our pasts, shit we've done, shit we wished we had done. And yes, while it's painful to ruminate about all these things, I think life really happens when you let go of any illusion that you control anything, you know. Yeah, so I think the whole point is to let go. People, what you wish could have been, what you expect things to be. You know, it's like at what point do you actually get it into your thick skull that you don't control any of these things? You have no say beyond your actions in that moment. You can't recreate these moments no matter how hard you try. And everything that happens to you has to happen in flow. It has to happen as it goes, not you actually forcing or trying to kick down the door that's closed. And I think it's also a scarcity mindset, you know. We're trying to hang on to these things because we feel like that's all we will ever get. That was the best, you know, of everything. Forgetting that life is an ongoing process and shit just keeps unfolding every day. So we hang on to these relationships like, damn, that's all we were given. You know, like we're going to die tomorrow. Of course, we don't know that, but that's scarcity mindset for you. Believing that you can't get any more. That's it. Yeah, so I'm going to call this video Let Go. Just let go. Let go of your ego, of what you think shit's supposed to be, how you expect people to behave to you. All you can really control is you, man, and your perspective about how you see the world. And it's easier said than done, you know. Letting go is a more complicated process than saying it, but I think that's the ultimate lesson, man. Just let it go. It's gone. But use those lessons you learned from everything that's happened and just do better, man. You know, when new opportunities arise and come in your favor, make the best of it with the experience and knowledge that you have now. Yeah, so I don't want to drag this video out too long. I just wanted to give you my thoughts on it. Take care of yourselves.